Greetings, welcome to the show. To get the ball rolling, why don't you pick which game you want to play?
Please tape that mark again. Talon doesn't know where to stand.
You start with the frosted and work your way down to the sprinkles.
And don't forget the powder.
The powdered sugar.
Okay, great.
In 20 years, that word is going to be
Now,
like
I got a trivia question. How many people are playing the game today?
It's not the loss of weight. I'm talking
Okay, you're a single player, is that right? Okay, why don't you type in your name for me?
Say Alfred.
Thanks.
Come on. People don't want to know.
45 seconds.
Okay, your buzzer is B, as in bet you wish you were playing the game right now.
Forget it. We'll just chromo it in.
20 seconds.
All right, pay attention. People screw this up all the time. As soon as you think you know the answer to a question, buzz in. Then you have to hit the number that corresponds to the answer you want. You got that?
10.
Good luck.
9. 8. Lose the death out, please. Go to black. 5. All right, we're going. 4. 3.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Yep, that's right. You've made it to our Sidekicks episode. And no, this is not an excuse to start kicking people in the side. Instead, it's an excuse to start making fun of people who just aren't as good or famous or beautiful as the stars of this world. Okay, let's go. All right, you ready? Let's start. Give me a category.
Question number 1.
Well, what do we have here? They go together like babbling idiots. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Hey, you've seen the movie Grease, right? Or the musical, or heard the soundtrack over and over and over? Well, according to the lyrics of the song We Go Together, what do Sandy and Danny go together like? Yippee yippee yip shoo-ah shoo-willy woo, chang chang changity chang shabop, rama lama lama kadingity kadingadong, or na 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 yippity dippity doo. According to the song We Go Together, Sandy and Danny go together like rama lama lama kadingity kadingadong. My suggestion is that they hop into that flying car of theirs and jet off to a speech therapist. All right, I need a category. Well, I hope you're all rested up, because you're about to take on a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat question is, the secret word is implants. Okie dokie, I'm going to read off the names of 7 characters, and I want you to tell me if they're a sidekick to Mitch on Baywatch or to Pee-wee Herman on Pee-wee's Playhouse. As I shout out each one... Oh, you already know how to play. Fine, you got 30 seconds. You ready? Let's dance. Jambi, Baywatch or Pee-wee? Shawnee. Terry. Lonnie. Hobie. Globy. Sherry. That'll do it. But you got 6 right, so let's add that on to your total. Well, all in a day's work. Let's move on. Time to pick a category.
Who will answer question 3?
Here we have, what's a banana's motivation? $2,000 for a correct answer. Ready? Here's the question. Suppose you're sick of always playing second banana. If he knows his chemistry, what advice will your agent give so you'll be ripe for a leading role? Quit all that enzyme action, toots. Convert that starch to sugar, babe. Build up those proteins, sweetheart. Or keep replicating that DNA, sweet cakes. Now, that's a banana bonono. Should have picked this. When fruit ripens, it converts starch to sugar. So if you do the same thing, you'll be a star. And soon you'll be starring in such fine films as Going Bananas 2 and Herbie Continues to Go Bananas. All right, pick a category.
Hallelujah! Bow your heads and pray to 4.
We're calling this one The Adventures of Johnny Question. How does $2,000 sound? Let's see how you handle this one. Because his name is Haji, what can cartoon adventurer Johnny Quest assume about his friend? He's afraid of wolves, he has a skin rash, he's a magician. In Islam, Haji is the name given to a person who's made a pilgrimage to Mecca, so Johnny could safely assume Haji's been to Mecca. Now, you know, if I were Haji, I probably would have stayed in Mecca. I mean, what's the point of battling mutated lizards, ex-Nazis, death rays? Plus, you gotta put up with that blonde punk kid and his dad. Forget it. Welcome back. Time to play round 2, where the values are double. You ready? Good, we're starting. Alright, I need a category. Alright, flesh, butt, spits, I'm poor.
It's time for a Snickerclish restroom.
One gibberish category coming up. Cooking tips for President Lincoln. The opening value of this gibberish question is $10,000. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. Okay, tell me what song title this rhymes with. Fry, not stew, Abe. And don't get thrown off by those commas, okay? First clue, it's a kooky love song. It's a kooky love song sung by a tall woman and a short man. Well, it's not Lovin' Spoonful, I guess. Last clue, he got her, and baby, she got him. Go for it, type in your answer. Yep, many a night I would lay in bed whispering those words into my pillow, pretending it was my girlfriend. But of course, I've since outgrown that sort of behavior, and now I only say it to my sofa. Give me a category.
We're a bunch of hits and we love the question 6.
Coming at you, highway to the heavens. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Hey, do you remember BJ and the Bear? The TV truck driver and his monkey sidekick? Boy, I wish I didn't have to pay property tax. Imagine this. BJ kicks the bear to the curb and gets a new shotgun part. Ursa Major or the Great Bear. You know, Ursa Major, I've been thinking, let's make the next food stop something light, like Subway. Okay, steak and shake again, stupid bear. Alright, pick a category.
7, lucky 7.
For your enjoyment, My Fair Weather Lady. And this one's going to be worth $6,000. Hey, do you remember in My Fair Lady how Professor Henry Higgins taught Eliza Doolittle to say, "The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain," which is so true. Well, okay, Speedy Speederson, why don't we just see how you can answer it without the question? Liar. You big liar! You knew that answer! You saw this one before! You sat there! You know somebody who works here! Fine. Fine. Here, take the freaking cash. Like it's real. Time to pick a category.
2, 4, 6, 8. Question 8 is jailbait. Go 8.
For your enjoyment, Belushi-larity. How does $4,000 grab you? Say, you know how Jim Belushi starred opposite a German Shepherd in that hilarious buddy picture, K9? Well, if Jim Belushi stars in a prequel to K9 called K2 is the world's second highest mountain. It's in the Himalayas.
Oh great, how am I supposed to get this freaking mountain in the squad car?
Whoa, you went volcanic! K2, I guess you're okay! Give me a category.
Aloha, question number 9.
Well, what do we have here? On the next The X-Files, Scully kicks the bucket. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Okay, so you know how in The X-Files, Mulder is always rescuing Scully just in the nick of time? Yeah, whatever. Imagine Mulder is too late and Scully ends up in hell. If Mulder makes the same deal the mythical figure Orpheus made, what shouldn't Mulder do until he gets Scully the heck out of there? Speak Scully's name, look at Scully, talk to Scully, or hold Scully's hand. Orpheus was allowed to take his lady friend out of hell, as long as he didn't look at her until he got back to Earth. And similar to Mulder, I believe Orpheus wasn't allowed to say anything unless it was in a monotone mumble. Welcome back. It's time to play round 3. Alright, I hope you're all together because we're going. Alright, I need a category.
10 fingers and 10 toes, would you like to have a cheap cigar?
This one's called Some Sidekicks Need a Good Kick, and this one's going to be worth $2,000. Ready? Catch this. Suppose Gilligan's Island turned out to be 3 Mile Island. 3 Mile Island is the site of a nuclear power plant that 20 years ago experienced a radioactive meltdown, the worst nuclear accident in U.S. history. Yeah, I can see it now. Gilligan replaces the cooling rods with coconut shells, and the core melts, and the radiation kills all of us. You know what? That's not even funny. All right, pick a category.
It's 11 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1 is 11.
The category? In sports, sidekick means bench warmer. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Okay, this here is one of those fancy newfangled fill-in-the-blank questions, so when you know the answer, buzz in and start typing. Now tell me, what professional sport did the Dallas Sidekicks play? Go for it. Type in your answer and hit return. Very clever. Sidekicks. Right, I get it. Must be soccer, of course. Indoor soccer. Man, I'll tell you, there are so many pro leagues these days. Soon, every single person in the country will be a pro athlete. Time to pick a category.
Well, let's delve into question 12.
I believe this one is called Just Effing Around, and this one's worth $6,000. Okay, I have in my hands a very, very old Help Wanted ad from about 1763. Oh, stupid 18th century English. I can't tell the difference between the F's and the S's. Oh, great. All right, here it is. Single white male, Samuel Johnson, speaks Scottish diarist for Fervis F. Perfumal sidekick and biographer. Please send Anfer Funis. Okay, who probably responded to this freakish ad? Jonathan Swift, Oscar Wilde, James Bothwell, or Samuel Richardson? The correct answer is James Boswell must have answered this ad because he's famous for writing Samuel Johnson's biography and being his pal. And all those people who used to put F's in for S's way back then, you can go suck yourselves. Give me a category.
Look at the green.
It's 13.
I believe this one is called It's Mr. Bell Calling for a Mr. Harry Pitts, and this one's going to be worth $4,000. So you probably know that Alexander Graham Bell made his first phone transmission to his assistant, Mr. Watson, right? Suppose Mr. Watson tired of Alexander Graham Bell phoning him all the time, so he got caller ID to screen his calls. What could Bell then dial to block Mr. Watson's caller ID? Star 67, star 69, 911, or 1010-321. Here's a little tip for you. If you don't want your number to show up on someone's caller ID, dial star 67 before making the call. Of course, since Bell was just in the next room, Watson could have just walked over and smacked him in the head with a croquet mallet. All right, I need a category.
Ain't no love like number
We're calling this one, Work It Like the Second-Rate Hero You Are. You want $6,000? Give me your right answer. Eyes forward, we're going. Because their martial art of choice doesn't use them, which of the following sidekicks will not learn how to do a side kick? Wonder Girl practicing karate, Aqualad studying Aikido, Speedy taking jujitsu, or Robin doing taekwondo? In the martial art Aikido, there is no side kick technique, Grasshopper. So Aqualad will be the only one who wouldn't learn how to do a side kick. But he can talk to fish, so who really cares? Welcome to the Jack Attack. When you see two words on the screen that match... Oh, you already know how to play. Well then here's your clue. Who's your goofy, annoying friend? I like to call him Lil Schmitty, if you must know. Have fun! Yeah, you're some kind of small wonder, my friend. Let's look at your final score. That's the game. Way to go, my friend. Like I always say, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose as long as you get to play with yourself. Now get the hell away from the computer, will ya? Because...
You don't know Jack!
Howdy, kids. This is Pecos Bucky here, telling you to tune in next week for another exciting episode of You Don't Know Jack the Netshow. Woohoo! And they didn't even pay me to say this. Woohoo!
Fantastic show, people. Nice one this time. All right, get those commercials going. And, Cookie, could you ask the contestants if they want to do this again?
Hey, if you want to do another one, just let me
I
know.
was making up Smitty the other day, and I just pulled these 3 great big hairs out of his mole, and I thought to myself, just keep them.
Do you know who had the Boston cream?
Must be one of the other short, fat, tall guys who
All right,
has a
whatever.
better job than me.